Young and the Restless Spoilers Next week 5 to 9. Lily may be facing terrible trouble. The woman who was once a powerful and steadfast figure in the business world of Genoa City is now facing a crucial decision that could change not only her future but also her career and personal life. As she begins to investigate a series of suspicious events, there are hidden forces lurking, trying to prevent her from discovering the truth. And among those threatening shadows, one name emerges as a serious warning: Aristotle Dumas. Aristotle, a powerful man with deep connections and great influence in secret organizations, has received a warning message from Damian Kane. Damian, who has soon noticed the suspicion in Lily's eyes about what is going on, knows that if she does not intervene in time, Lily will continue to push deeper into a dangerous investigation whose consequences she cannot foresee. Aristotle, with his cold and calculating personality, never tolerated those who dared to threaten his power. At Aristotle's request, Damian tried to arrange a meeting with Lily. However, before any meeting could take place, Aristotle wanted to know why Lily had come to him. This reason was not simply curiosity, but had to be strongly convinced so that he could see that this meeting was not just an invasion of his power, but could be an opportunity to control the situation. Aristotle would not easily accept a meeting with anyone without knowing exactly what they wanted and what their plans were behind it. Damian Kane, knowing that Lily was not someone who would back down easily, would have to convey this message carefully. If Lily could not convince Aristotle of the purpose of the meeting, she would most likely never receive the approval she needed. But even if she could, whether Aristotle would actually appear is a big question. In the world where Aristotle operates, it is not always possible to meet the people behind the drama directly. And in this case, Aristotle could easily send someone else to replace him, just like Holden Novak did when he impersonated Damian in the past to carry out his schemes. The truth behind these schemes is not simply a simple investigation. Lily is walking into a web of crime and intrigue, where every step could lead to a deadly outcome. Aristotle Dumas is not someone to be trifled with, and if Lily is not careful, she may fall into a trap that even she cannot foresee. When Damian's message reaches Lily, she will have to make a big decision in her life. Will she continue with this risky investigation, or will she stop and protect herself from dangers she cannot control? Lily's decision will not only affect her, but also those around her, including her family and friends. The relationship between Lily and Aristotle is more than just a meeting between two individuals. It has far-reaching consequences, because Aristotle is not the first person to try to control Lily, and he certainly will not let her escape his influence easily. Conspiracies and traps await her ahead, and every step could be a life-or-death struggle between good and evil. The air was tense and filled with vague foreboding as Damian Kane entered, his eyes cold but not lacking in concern, searching for Lily Winters. One of the most important meetings in this world of intrigue, between two characters standing at the crossroads of decisions that could change the course of fierce power struggles. As promised, I sent word to Aristotle Dumas to try to arrange a meeting with you, Damian said, his voice low, each word halting as if heavy with something. Lily looked at him, her eyes filled with expectation and also not lacking in worry. She had heard a lot about Aristotle Dumas, the powerful man behind the conspiracies she could not have foreseen, but to meet him, she needed a convincing reason, and that was not easy. Lily could not contain her curiosity. What was Dumas's reaction? Did he agree to meet me? Damian took a deep breath, then answered with an unreadable expression. He wants to know why you want to meet, and what exactly you want. That's the only thing he cares about right now. Lily nodded, trying to suppress her excitement. This was not just a meeting, but a great opportunity for her to gain access to the secrets lurking in Aristotle's world. But she knew that to be able to meet him, she would have to have a strong persuasion, especially since Dumas was a man who was not easily persuaded, especially when he knew someone was intending to invade his territory. Let's hope this story moves faster than it is slow, Damian continued, his voice tired but still firm. You will soon find out who Dumas is, and then everything will be clearer. Lily doesn't know if she can trust Damian, but part of her wants to believe him. He's the only one who can help her overcome the great obstacles she's facing, and this time, unlike the last, she feels like she can't give up. This is her only chance to get closer to the secrets that she believes could change everything. While Lily prepares for her tense meeting with Aristotle, another development is starting to stir tension in the power world of Genoa City. Phyllis Summers, a woman who never stays quiet when threatened, is about to discover information that will leave her speechless. On Friday, when Summer informs Phyllis that Chelsea and Sally have both left Marchetti, everything comes crashing down around her. Phyllis, always on the lookout for major changes in the industry, immediately realizes that their departures are no coincidence. Phyllis was growing increasingly uneasy, as things seemed to be changing too quickly and people she had once considered rivals, or even friends, were slowly taking over the positions she had fought for over the years. However, the latest information was not something Phyllis could ignore lightly. When she saw Sally and Billy Abbott sitting at a table in GCAC drinking champagne, their smiles could not hide what was going on in her mind. Phyllis realized that something was wrong. Sally again, she thought to herself, anger starting to rise. Billy Abbott, one of the men Phyllis had thought was the key to restoring her power, was now drinking with Sally to celebrate her victory. Phyllis could not believe her eyes. She realized that Sally, the woman she had once considered a great rival, might now be replacing her in Billy's eyes, and possibly in the eyes of other important people in the business world. Sally had used her calculated strategies to win Billy over, and now she was reaping the rewards. But for Phyllis, having Sally replace her was not an easy thing to accept. Phyllis could not sit still any longer. She walked over to Billy and Sally's table, and the tension began to boil. Phyllis didn't have to say much, just one sentence was enough to make things tense. Listen. Do you hear me? You will regret doing this to me. Her voice was full of challenge, like a serious threat. Each word Phyllis spoke was like a sharp knife cutting through the air. Both Sally and Billy knew that Phyllis was not someone who would be easily intimidated. She always knows how to turn any situation to her advantage. But this time, Phyllis will face a bigger challenge than ever. Sally and Billy are no longer people she can easily manipulate. Now, all eyes are on Lily. Does she have the courage to face Aristotle and the hidden forces that are watching her every move, or will she give up and retreat before it's too late? The answer will not only determine Lily's future, but also change the entire situation in Genoa City, where power and truth always intersect in unpredictable conspiracies. Reveals an endless curiosity for secrets that she believes will help her increase her status and influence. However, this time, her curiosity leads her down a dangerous path, and her determination to learn about a shadowy figure, Aristotle Dumas, may cost Lily dearly. Despite receiving stern warnings from Damian Kane, who is always concerned for her safety, Lily cannot stop her investigation. Damian, with all his experience and knowledge, knows exactly what Lily is about to face. Aristotle Dumas, a powerful figure, is not someone to be approached easily, and those around him, though seemingly allies, may in fact be pawns in a ruthless game of chess. For Aristotle, every intrusion into his world has a price, and these prices are not always monetary. However, Lily did not give up easily. Damian's warning could not change her determination. Lily decided to continue to learn about Aristotle, not only out of curiosity but also because she sensed that he had some kind of connection to the Newman family, especially with the things she had discovered in previous encounters. Aristotle was clearly not someone who simply acted behind legitimate businesses. He seemed to have deeper connections in underground activities, which Lily had not yet been able to fully decipher. Damian could not help but express his concern. He understood that approaching Aristotle was a dangerous move, especially knowing that Aristotle's true target was the Newman family, a family with which Lily had close ties. There were shadows surrounding the Newmans, and Lily's attempt to approach Aristotle could make her the target of dark forces she had not yet foreseen. Damian tried to convey this message once more. He reminded Lily that in Aristotle's world, encounters were never random, and once she entered this game, she would not be able to back out easily. No matter how determined Lily was, every step closer to Aristotle could bring consequences that she could not control. You can't keep putting yourself in danger like this, Damian insisted, his voice trembling slightly with anxiety. Aristotle is not someone to be approached easily. And if you're not careful, you could end up being a sacrificial pawn in his game. Lily understood Damian's warnings, but she couldn't give up. She felt that this was her only chance to get the information the Newman family needed, and if she didn't act, there would be worse consequences. She decided to take the next step, and in the coming week, the meeting with Aristotle would become an inevitable confrontation. However, even if Lily manages to convince Aristotle to accept the meeting, there is a bigger problem that she cannot foresee. The man behind Aristotle, the one who truly rules and controls everything from the shadows, may never appear. Aristotle, a man with so many enemies and shady connections, will certainly not be easy for Lily to approach directly. And in this case, like the previous times, Aristotle can easily send someone else to replace him, a tactic he used when Holden Novak impersonated Damian to carry out his schemes. When Lily receives the message from Damian, she knows that this meeting will not be just a normal exchange of information. This is a psychological duel, a battle between good and evil, between truth and lies. Aristotle will not easily let Lily learn about his schemes without a price. As Lily prepares for the meeting, she feels the growing danger that is weighing on her. Aristotle is not a man who simply makes strategic decisions, but a man who knows how to exploit situations and people to serve his own dark purposes. And Lily, who is always pursuing the truth, may face challenges she has never imagined. With a worried mind, Lily continues to plan for the meeting with Aristotle, even though she knows in her heart that this may be a wrong move. But she also knows that if she does not proceed, the Newman family will continue to be threatened by forces they do not know. And so, she has no choice but to embark on this dangerous investigation, despite Damian's warnings and the dangers that lie ahead. In the end, Lily will have to decide which path she will take. Can she find the truth she is after, or will she become part of Aristotle's dangerous game? Chelsea Lawson, a woman who has been through a lot in her life, is entering a new chapter in her career at Newman Media. However, her return is not a simple journey, but a calculated step into a dangerous and intrigue-filled world. Although she has had some success in her previous jobs, when she joins Newman Media, Chelsea cannot help but feel uneasy about Victor Newman's motives. These doubts will soon make her question what she is getting herself into. From her early days at Newman Media, Chelsea realizes that not everything is as it seems. While she tries to prove herself as an important factor in the company's growth, Victor raises an alarm by assigning her a challenging assignment. His goal is not only to help Newman Media grow, but also to test Chelsea's loyalty and see if she is willing to participate in the shady strategies he is planning. The big question Chelsea faces is whether she can overcome the temptation to stand firm on her principles, or will she be drawn into the power games that the Newman family has always pursued? Questions grow in Chelsea's mind as she realizes that her role in the company may not be as innocent as she thought. She begins to realize that Victor may be counting on her help in undermining Newman's rival, Billy Abbott. He may even want Chelsea to play a key role in making his son, Adam, go head-to-head with Billy at Abbott Communications, Newman Media's rival. While Chelsea does not fully agree with these moves, she also understands that in this ambitious world, staying out of the game could get her eliminated. With these thoughts in mind, Chelsea can't help but put Adam in a difficult position. It's starting to become clear to her that her relationship with Adam is going to face many challenges. Can she continue to support Adam without compromising herself and the values she believes in? Is Chelsea willing to let Adam take part in a risky plan that could have far-reaching implications for the future of both the Abbott and Newman families? The answers to these questions won't come easily, and only time will reveal what Chelsea really decides. What is certain, however, is that her decision will have a significant impact on relationships that are already strained in this world of intrigue. While Chelsea is grappling with her decision, an inevitable development is about to take place. After Sally Spector decides to partner with Billy Abbott at Abbott Communications, she and Billy host a celebration at the GCAC, Genoa City Athletic Club. This is a momentous occasion not only because it marks the beginning of a new alliance in the business world, but also because it will become an indispensable event in the complex relationships between the characters in the story. Sally, with her great ambitions and determination, has chosen Billy as her strategic partner in this dangerous game. Their cooperation may bring many opportunities, but it may also entail unforeseen risks. In a world where every decision can be a double-edged sword, Sally and Billy's cooperation will certainly cause waves in the coming time. However, the joy of this celebration will not last long. In just a short moment, the appearance of Phyllis Summers will change everything. Phyllis, with her unyielding nature, does not hesitate to speak out against the replacement news, which she considers an insult to the Abbott family. Phyllis has always been a troublemaker in Sally and Billy's lives, and inviting herself to sit at their table only adds to the tension. Phyllis isn't just coming to the party, she's also coming to deliver a strong message, a warning to Billy about what she thinks of this partnership. Listen. Do you hear me? You're going to regret what you did to me, Phyllis declares in the weekly preview clip of The Young and the Restless. Phyllis's words aren't just a casual rebuttal, they're a heavy threat, leaving not only Billy but Sally to face the possible consequences of this partnership decision. Phyllis knows how to push things to the extreme, and she's not afraid to use any means necessary to achieve her goals. The tension in the air at the GCAC party is inevitable. Billy and Sally will have to face Phyllis not only as a rival but also as a potential threat, a figure who can cause major upheavals in the company as well as in personal relationships. This battle is not just a clash between two individuals but part of the ongoing power struggle between the powerful families and individuals in Genoa City. As things escalate, Chelsea will have to make a crucial decision about whether she will continue to work for Victor and go along with his plans, or will she quit for good to keep her dignity and integrity. Relationships are becoming increasingly strained, and none of them can be sure of the final outcome of these power plays. In the end, the biggest question is not who will win this war, but who will suffer the most when all of these conspiracies and betrayals are exposed. Subscribe to YNR for the latest news on our channel.